That's right, broadcasting live on Chicano Tube, live from Chicano Street. You already know what it is. It's that Friday night show. Don't forget to do me the favor. Do me the favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, por favor. And don't forget to hit that bell. And when you hit that pinchy bell, you got to hit the all button. That way you're notified every single time we go live when it goes down here live on Chicano Street. Of course, we got to go through the formalities, which is gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias to everyone in the members only, the backbone of the community. I can't wait to see those that know from the members only over at CCSOF, the second event. I'm so excited about that. So gracias to the members only. You already know who it is. The members only have the biggest perks on YouTube. I'll tell you why. Because they have all access to every single event, and that's never going to change. No matter if we go to Arizona, when we go to New Mexico, when we go to Texas, Denver, Colorado, wherever the raza is, we will be there too. And so shout out to you, the members only. You already know what it is. Plus, in the members only, there's where you get like those behind the scenes stories on the internet. So that is what it is. So gracias over to the members only, my day oneers. You already know what it is, man. Let me go ahead and get the chat up right now, though. Let me work on that chat. I'll get it up, cabrones. Just give me a second. I appreciate everyone that's tapping in live on Chicano Street. You already know what it is. All right, let's pop this chat out, and then we'll get maybe the fight news out of the way first. That way we can go into other topics and other things. I always say I'm gonna give you something substantial, and then the whole time it turns into cheeseman too. I try not to, but a lot of shit happens, and it is what it is. All right, let's get the chat up. Un segundo, cabrones. Go ahead and drop a comment, though. Let me know where you're listening in from. Let me know how the vibe is over there, what you got planned for the weekend, etc. Ándale. Brenda Loves in the casa. I appreciate you. Brenda La Chicana, mi amiga. The after party with Foom. When it's all over, hit the after party. Mile High Hustles in the casa. Freddie Flores. Miss Chicano, too. The official first lady of Chicanos on YouTube is on the chat. So I appreciate you, Mr. No Name, Julio Solorio. That guy, I'm that guy, he says. That's right. Let him know, my boy. Shots fired. I'm that guy. Anyways, CCSOF updates. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get the fight news out of the way. Everything fight related, and then we're gonna keep it pushing down the road because I really do want to get to 2 or 3 things, especially that first bullet point on that short that I posted. I mean, it got pushed. There was a lot of comments. A lot of people had opinions when it came to that short, whether fathers have a say in that situation or they don't have a say in that situation. I didn't know it was going to take off like that. I'm just dropping a short information to the gente. I, myself, am not on here on YouTube claiming I'm the one. I'm pinchy like Superman. What's his name? Jarrell, the all omnipotent that knows everything. I'm trying to learn myself. And I'm going to bring you guys along my journey also of things that I don't know, putting out education and information to the people. That's what I try to do on YouTube. You know, this YouTube thing is a continuation of the work with the youngsters. Shout out to the youngsters. Shout out to the juvenile, the youngsters, and over there at the youth center. You already know what it is. All right, fight updates. If you didn't catch it, because I think I said it, and I think it was at the end of the last video, we have 3 to 4 fights before the Cholo Trucker fight and Buzz main event. I got about 3 or 4 fights that are every single fight has a monster in it. What do I mean by monster? A Golden Glove winner, Golden Glove finalist, or a Silver Glove winner and a Silver Glove finalist. So to those that don't know, these are the future of boxing. I'm going to stack this card. Every card is just going to get better. I'm going to stack this card with the future of boxing. I hope they don't outshine Buzz and Cholo Trucker, but they might. But I really, really am looking forward to the whole card, but more especially over to the main event. I can't wait when those two roosters just run at each other and crash. I really can't. So shout out to them. That's the Co main event. At least 3, maybe 4. I'll have before then. It's gonna be a great day of boxing, and also you might see a cameo appearance. You might see a cameo appearance from the heavyweight champion. The heavyweight king might hit the red carpet. And so you might see him. You might see other YouTubers there. But again, it's going to be on pay-per-view Landia, gente. It's not on YouTube Landia, okay? It's going to be on pay-per-view Landia. What does that mean? You just got to pay to see it. That's all. It's not that much. The EBK and the Tony, I don't know how many comments I got. 15 bolas. And I was getting comments like it was breaking people's banks. That's a bad situation. If 15 bolas to go and see the EBK and Tony, that broke your bank, it's not for everyone, but we mix up our content here. So anyways, I'm excited about 3 or 4 fights, all young lions and all monsters. And then let's keep on the fight tip, okay? So again, we can move on to more other things that I want to talk about. So within the last couple days, all right, everyone that's screen recording, you're going to want to screen record. Go ahead and hit your screen record. So within the last couple days, I got reached out to. I'm not saying no names. That's just my style. My style is not saying names. I don't drop text messages, screenshots. Hey, to each his own. You do you. A couple people reached out to me, right? I'm not going to say no names. And they said they want to run a fade. I want to run a fade with this guy. Want to run a fade with that guy. And pretty much everyone that contacted me is a YouTuber. So they got some kind of influence. And again, this is like 3 or 4 matches that could be made on YouTube. Now, if you didn't know, of course, part of my professional career también es el gimnasio, right? Now, I'm not there. We got coaches that are there full-time teaching the youngsters. My contribution just makes sure the lights are on and the doors are open, because that's what it's about. It's about getting these pinchy youngsters off the streets, 100%. And if I just change one youngster's life, or if I just stop one youngster from catching bullets, or if I just stop one youngster from catching a life sentence, it was all worth it. All this shit, years of YouTube and everything was all worth just one person's life, one youngster's life. Freddie Flores in the casa. He says, "What's up, homegirl?" To Brenda Love. Orale, live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street.
Life's a risk, carnal.
Don't forget that, Freddie Flores. Life's a risk, carnal. Anyways, so I got reached out to by a few YouTubers. So obviously April is done. Okay, April's done. June, maybe I'll just hint it right now. I'm going to announce that fight, but it's probably going to be the day after the Buzz fight. Okay, I'm not going to take no shine away from the Buzz and Choler. So June is gone. July, we're doing the car show. The mega show at Tavares. They always invite us. Pete Tavares. Shout out to Pete Tavares. Shout out to you, ese cabrón. He's just up and down California following the lowrider circuit with trailers and about 16 lowriders. But he also hosts in his hometown of Salinas. He also hosts a mega show. So July, we can't do that one because it's out in the open ring. And that one, plus that one is a sanction, USA and all that shit. August is open. November is taken. We're going to do about 4 or 5 fights this year. November, that paradigm. I know a lot of people are sleeping on it. Again, I just have to focus my attention one fight at a time. We'll get that one. I'll make it an official announcement once the ink is wet on the paradigm contract, Lord willing. And then I'll make that announcement. So the only date I have for the 3-4 people, or actually 3-4 matches that want to be made is August. So I'm proposing this. If you're serious about the pull-up, because just to let you know, I hate pull-outs. That's one thing that it makes my blood boil. It makes my blood, why? Because there's a lot of time that gets put into this, on top of feria. And so for someone to pull out, like the runner, when the runner pulled out, that pisses me off. And guarantee, if you say you're going to pull up, and you don't pull up, we might as well just put it out there like I did with the runner. Guess who pulled out? You don't want that? Then pull up if the pull-up is real. August is open. anyone on YouTube that wants to run a fade, instead of talking about it, talking about this podcaster, talking about that podcaster, let's do some grown man shit. This is not like another podcaster said, oh, what are we, 15-year-olds? Well, you're just letting these issues permeate and permeate and permeate. That's a 15-year-old to me, not someone that says, you know what, let's show the people that as grown-ass men, we can meet. And guess what? After it has to be this or it's not happening. To all YouTubers that are contacting me to run the fade, I want to run the fade with this person. I want to run the fade with that person. It's happening this way or it's happening no way, which is this. After you run that fade, you knock him out. He knocks you out. You're going to get up. You're going to shake hands like Mexicanos, like Chicanos. You're going to go and grab a cold beer inside that cooler, and it's done. And it's done. If that's not the premise, I don't want to be in it. I don't want. Why? Because then what? We have to worry about incidents before, incidents after. Come on now. How old are we? Let's act our age. Let's not act our shoe size. So again, any YouTuber, all you got to do is text the line down below, 831-205-1735. Put me in on August, Mikey. That's all. And if I don't have your contact, then also say your name or YouTube channel. I want in on August. Again, open weight fights. All open weight fights. We don't got time to, is that guy within 5 pounds? Is that guy within 10 pounds? Yeah, but when you're in the county jail running fades in the back of the main line or in the back of the wing, you weren't you weren't asking the op. You weren't trying to fight an op that was 5 pounds close to you. I only made it to a wing one time, and then in about not even 2 hours, and they called me up and they threw me in the pod. I slipped through the cracks, and then they put me in the 1 hour a day pod. If you know, you know. Anyways, August is the only date open. If the people want, hit a 1. Hit a 1 in the comment section. If people that are beefing on YouTube, you just want to see it end. You don't want to see it go and go and go, because it's a bad look. They're also looking at us like the raza, like we can't handle our business. We can handle our business. We can disagree with gloves on. Handle it that way. Hit a 1 if you want to see that. And those that called me and DM'd me and PM'd me and text me, hit this number below and say, Mikey, put me on the August card. I'm calling it August Bad Blood. Who wants it? Now, that's plenty of time, too, okay? Don't give me that you need 3-4 months. It's funny how, a lot of YouTubers, they're trying to apply all these professional boxing practices over to, their fights in the ring. And you can. I'm not saying, hey, enjoy the ride. It's a great ride. It's a great journey. Enjoy it. Just like Cholo Trucker. I was telling him, carnal, you're back. You didn't have to come back. But I know que eres bravo, eres gallo, way. And I also know that you like to enjoy the moment and soak it in. August is plenty of time. You got people on street beefs that jump off the couch and put gloves on and throw chingazos. So I don't want to hear about this time or this, I need to get my wind up and all that. What you need to do is get your fight up. I mean, if you're trying to get your wind up, good. But what are you expecting, to go all 5 rounds? The fights that we see normally in the hood growing up, people got slept. It didn't take too long. So anyways, August Bad Blood. Whoever wants to get the bad blood out, but it's coming out, contact Mikey. We'll stack a card together. We'll call it that. And at the end of the day, whoever knocks whoever out, we have a cold pisto like grown-ass men. And then be proud that we're from that generation that doesn't talk. We just handle our business. All right, now we're going to keep it pushing in this direction, okay? Let me read some comments. So, y'all recall post. My pull-out game is strong. Inchy buzz, man. Someone one time said, too short. That's the best pull-out game in history. Legendary pull-out game. Julio Solorio, pull up patient. Yeah. So again, I don't want to be, um, I don't want to put you on blast if you pull out. I don't want to put you on blast. But the least thing I could do is put you on blast if you say you're going to pull up and then pull out. That's the least, because we're talking about losing money. And more important than money, losing time. Time I could be with my family. Time I could be on a trip. Time I could be doing something that I enjoy. Rather than you at the last minute, well. If it's an emergency, of course, maybe we could do a 2-3 day reschedule, a 1 week reschedule. And those contracts have that in there. That's how from here on out, there is not going to be any pullouts unless it's somebody that's on some funny stuff. That means he just, I don't know the cat. I'm trying to get him in here, but I really don't know the cat. I'm not 100 on him. He's from somewhere else, and he pulls out, and I don't know because he has a record of pulling out. So anyways, August Bad Blood. If you want to see that, get a hold of me. Here's the number below. Mikey, put me in on the Bad Blood. I want to handle this. But again, I got to hear from both sides. I can't just hear from one person, and we could definitely make it happen.
To accept, press 1.
We got calls early. Caller, you're calling in live. What you got to say live on Chicano Street?
What's cracking, Mikey? This is Mile High Hustle.
Mile High Hustle's in the casa, man. What you got to say, my boy?
So, like I said, respectfully, I want to call B-Loc out to run it in August.
So the call out is real, and the call out is official, and it's live. Again, here I am trying to put it on a silver platter. What's going on? Can you give the people a little bit?
I think the people that, been watching a little bit, but to be respectful, I just don't like where somebody's carrying themselves, like to bully, other dudes. So me being me, I just, thought I'd call him out, test myself, and see what the big bad bean's all about,
The call out is real. I respect anyone that's going to pull up. And as a man, anyone can respect someone that wants to settle their differences. I mean, we're trying to settle differences. We're not trying to keep them going and going and going. We're trying to do some grown man shit here. But Mile High Hustle putting his name in the hat for the August Bad Blood card.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Mikey. Thank you for creating this platform, brother. I see it getting bigger and bigger. Thanks for everything you do for the gente, brother, and the children and the kids that are in the YA.
Hey, I appreciate you, cabron. Tap on in, huh?
Yes, sir. Have a blessed one, brother. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. I was barely going through the formalities, and I'm already getting phone calls. Nobi Lightning is in the building. Shout out to Run the Fade podcast. Shout out to you, cabron. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, cabron. What I told you last time, cabron. You're finding that button and you're hitting that button on Care Bear. On Care Bear's world. Anyways, Nobi Lightning. Disco El Super Visto posted. He says, I'm posted. Ahí tiene un pinche burrito de asada también. He's posted right here, chilling. It's Friday night. Grabbed a cold one, a cold pisto. So anyways, that's all done there. We already got people calling. I guess they want in on this YouTuber card. Again, my name's Bennett. I ain't in it. But if people want to resolve their issues, that's some grown man shit. Hey, you know what? I want to resolve this issue with my hands. Okay. But again, every man is their own man. It is what it is, man. We're here on Chicano Street. Let's just put the platform out for the people. August is the only date I got. We're keeping it pushing now? Are we keeping it moving? Or are we getting more phone calls? Does anyone else want to call in about the August card? Any other YouTuber that wants to throw hands on August? If not, then shoot me a text over there. And if not, then it is what it is. If it doesn't materialize, gente, it doesn't materialize because, yes, at the end of the day, I guess it is YouTube. So how serious do we take this YouTube thing? But, shit, a friendly fade, we can catch that. Friendly fades are for homies. Run-ups and other shit, that's not. That's not. But friendly fades are for homies, And I know there's some people message me and stuff like that. gente, I have thick skin. I don't trip. Other people can use my picture for an avatar, talk shit. That's fine. That's all part of the internet. That's fine. If I can't handle 10K trolls, I'll never be able to handle 50K trolls, or we'll never be able to handle 100K trolls. So it's all good. But you're never going to see me in the ring. I mean, how serious can I take someone commenting on the internet? You're never going to see me. And to anyone that's commenting on the internet and you want to talk shit, then 285 East Alisal, Monday through Friday, 4 to 9, or even 6 to 10. It's a simple one. But ain't no one going to pull up. It's the internet, so I understand that. All right, let's move on. Miss Chicano Tube says, Cultura. Órale, I appreciate you, Cultura Cafes in the casa. No be lightning. ¿Qué onda, güey? He has a mask on. ¿Qué estás enfermo? ¿Qué, güey? I'm just kidding, güey. The Salinas OG is in the casa. Saludos, Mikey. I was over there I was at Cluster Park. I was at Salinas Boxing Club the other day, cabrón. I was at Cluster Park. I went over there to see Coach Robert, and we're talking about these young lions that we're getting with Buzz and with Cholo and stuff like that. Man, Coach Robert, he's holding it down. Cluster Park in Salinas, gente, is like Chicano Park. It's like Chicano Park in San Diego. And so it has a lot of history going all the way back to the 70s, the 80s. I think that was the first park that actually had lowriders, car shows, biclas, swap meets, flea markets. So shout out to Coach Robert. Shout out to Salinas Boxing Club. You already know what it is, hermano.
Now you home with us and defend the barrio. Patos Locos forever. Forever.
That's right, until the casket drops. Briefly, we're going to talk about O.J. Simpson because it did come in the news, and obviously he's a very high-profile figure. And on top of that, he had a Hall of Fame legendary football career. That was a tragedy. It's unfortunate. People just pass every day from that sickness, man. My prayers are over with the family. A lot of just clickbait articles were coming out because, well, that's the era that we're in right now, right? People are making bags. Right now, it's not about being real. It's the opposite of keeping it real. Right now, it's about making storylines. Anything that's interesting that'll make people click and shit like that. But they're talking about OJ and did he admit to the muertes on his deathbed? All these different, clickbait titles. I don't want to disrespect the man. The man passed away. Do I think he did what he did? I'm going to leave that to that community to even comment on it and leave it over there. I don't know. At the end of the day, they try to put on that glove, but then that glove, they said because of the blood that was soaked on the glove, that's how horrific it was. There was blood everywhere. About that blood being soaked on that glove, that it caused a shrinkage in the glove. And then here came that famous line, if it don't fit, you must have quit. And everybody on OJ's defense team became multimillionaires right after that because no son pendejos. They used that opportunity to market their brand, to blow up. I mean, you even got the Kardashians. The Kardashians came, if a lot of people didn't know, the Kardashians came from the OJ trial. That's right, Salinas OG. Respect to you, Mike. Salinas Boxing Club. Always welcome. That's right, my boy. Yeah, that's right. I went over there. And the other coach, I forget, I fought against their fighters before, but again, it's a fade. So what? We shake hands after the fade. Win or lose. Well, I only lost like 20-something. But win or lose, it don't matter. This is a hometown thing. Again, we're all on the same team. Salinas looks at boxing as a community. That's why you got all the coaches coming, all the Lions to the shows. Sometimes we have up to 40 clubs in one facility. And our facility is like 8,000 square feet, if you wanted to know. That's pretty big. Okay, that's pretty big. We have 2 rings. And that pro ring, that 24 by 24 ring, that's the one that Buzz is going to have and Cholo Trucker. That's the pro ring. It's 24 by 24. That pro ring has se mira una chulada esa pinche ring. We'll have the gloves out on the table. The belt's going to be arriving, I think, sometime next week. I can't wait for them to see the belt. It's legit. Every show's going to get better than the last. But anyways, on the OJ case, man, he passed away. It shook the world. Cancer is no joke, gente. You got to be taking your physicals. Miss Chicano Tube, when Miss Chicano Tube comes back on the show, she's just been busy, gente. It's called work. It's called life. But when Miss Chicano Tube comes back, I want to do a whole episode for the raza, for the people, about health. Because me and Miss Chicano Tube don't go into details about that, but we're holistic. We're into natural remedies, and our diet, you want to know our diet, that keeps the six-pack on, and Miss Chicano Tube keeps the whole family healthy. That way we could be 100 years. We'll talk about all of that, and we'll talk about the killers of us, of what every single day kills us, going through the drive-thru, kills us at the gas stations, what we buy, kills us, that has no remedy, that we need to be careful for. So we're thinking of doing an all health, all salud podcast when Miss Chicano 2 comes back, all right? That's enough about OJ. Saludos, Mikey. That's right, my boy. Cultura Cafe. That's right, Miss Diaz. That's right, he said.
Call from
Taz.
to accept.
Caller, you're live on Chicano Street. What you got to say, my boy?
What's cracking, Mike? It's your homeboy Taz.
Taz, Fresno's in
What's
the casa,
cracking,
man.
man?
Hey, how you been? I haven't
That's
seen
right,
you,
that's
cabron.
Yeah, man, you know how it is, man, but the drama on that thing, you know how it is, but I'm only calling for one reason, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, they didn't want to see me on the streets, so I want to sit there and call that fool Izzy Will out and let him see if he's a man who wants to see me in the ring. To see if he got the balls to pull up.
Okay, cabron, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
August.
And he don't represent my town, I do. And I mean, to pull up, let's see if he really pulls up.
Well, now it's broadcasted out there, so if he's listening in, or I'm sure someone's going to clip it and share it, I'll let you know if they get a hold of me.
Hope so. But, yeah, I just want to tap in real quick, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate you, Taz.
All right, man. All right.
Cuídate. I guess we're still on August Bad Blood. I thought we were moving on because I'm gonna put the IG up, my IG up, and about the fathers, and we're gonna go through it comment by comment. We're gonna watch that video, but you heard it right there. We got people calling in. They want it in, and I respect that because again, and if you're calling me to jump on one of the CCSOF cards, you know what my stipulation is. My biggest stipulation. It's gonna be in bold letters. Right above your signature. This beef ends right here. Run the fade. This is what we do. We kill the issue and put respect back in place. And we do it like grown-ass men. Period. All right, we're moving on. Okay, OJ's done already. So I did see a clip of Bozo. Someone sent me a clip. Gracias. If you want to mess with me on IG, go ahead and get at me, Chicano Tube. I appreciate the clips, Sente, because I miss a lot. I was surprised when I got 3-4 DMs and, hey, I want to do this. I want to run the fade with this guy, run the fade with that guy. I was like, I didn't know nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just so damn busy. But again, the invitation is out. It's a public invitation. You want to run that fade? August is the only date I have available. I have no other date, at least this year. This year is already booked. Next year, well, maybe next year. But a lot of people want to, the bad blood, by next year, it's going to be over. Let's just keep that real, gente. Next year, the bad blood's going to be over. My bad. I'm moving this thing around. Okay, anyways. Read some more comments. Good will Taz. West Fresno's in the casa. Orale. That's right. West Fresno's in the casa. So I told a story in my members only of Lewis Street. One time back in the 90s, and I was with Skeletor. He just came home from 16, and it was a crazy story. By the skin of my teeth, we made it out. I mean, by the skin of our teeth. Those stories stay in the members only. I saw a clip of Bozo, and I was like, man, it's just clowning, disrespecting gold toes. What a bad look. What a bad look, man. You disrespect somebody who does good in the community. You disrespect someone whose principal message is unity and peace. I could tell that you don't know gold toes. A lot of people don't know gold toes. I'm not going to put everything out there. We're on the internet, cabrones. A lot of people don't know gold toes. I'll tell you who does know gold toes. The streets. The streets knows gold toes. What do I mean by that? Wait until Gold Toast does like a Netflix or sells his story to a documentary, then you go find out. Gold Toast is a real one. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to let him at his time tell the story. But when you got people commenting, it's because they see the glory, but they don't know the story. Then he called Jenny 6'9". He said, Bozo said, he's a glamorized piruja. That's what he said. And I'm like, what a bad look, man. What a bad look. I mean, this guy, he can't even headline a tour and sell out a tour. This guy can't even pack out a Coliseum. Again, he's joining tours. You know, people that have that hit the game with major talent like Little G. Oh, Little G, you know, this guy, Bozo the Clown, he jumped on Little G's tour. People that blow up like that, boom, they pack out Coliseums, boom, right away. And you got someone here almost 50 years old. What a bad look. What a bad look. It made us take 2 steps backwards as Chicanos. And I think he's Chicano. I think he's Chicano. Nomás just features. Or someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I don't know these people. But I've heard of some of the other individuals that, you know, the Middle East or wherever they're from, to each his own. I still don't understand people that are not comfortable in their own skin or try to invent themselves or portray themselves to be who they're not. If you're not raza, which is if you're not Mexicano, be proud of where you are, who you are, where you're from. What a disgrace to your pinches papas that you don't represent the country and that you rather go with this thinking of I identify.
Thinking of letting him in, ese?
Told you he's my best crime partner.
He ain't Mexican, ese?
Eyes never lie. Good Lord, he said. The eyes never lie, Chico. They never lie. That's right, my boy Lonely, Mile High. Julio Solorio, Ron Garcia. That's right. Everyone in the comment section. I think, are we past the bad blood? They want to. Maybe they're talking about the bad blood still. But anyways, I'm moving on to this one right here. It's a bad look. Again, he's raza. He's in the Chicano genre, in the Chicano car. I really think he is. But you notice from his own words, he boxes himself in. He'll say on his interviews, yeah, we don't leave Cali. What the? Yeah, we stay over here. And I'm like, that's how you put yourself in a perfect L7 box. Again, Chicano rap is I don't like it. I mean, I call it bald head loc rap, but to each his own. To each his own. Some people bang it and like it, and they're going down the street and they're banging it and all this other stuff. To each his own. I don't. And I'm going to keep it real. Most of the CDs I had were the brothers, the Black Brothers. Those were the rap CDs. But again, we grew up on oldies, old school, and freestyle. I actually play freestyle a lot in the house. When I'm cleaning around the house, I play R&B. It was crazy, man. Back in the 90s, you know what I mean? When we'd get into this madre and then hit the juvenile, R&B was on the speaker. Catching a body, and then you go inside the juvenile, and Bobby Brown is right there playing Ready or Not. Again, it's a whole different era. Now we're in the skinny jean generation, but we're trying to put some grown man principles back into play, just like we're talking about August Bad Blood. Old school principles. Don't talk about it on the internet. We're just going to pull up. And then after that, I'll come right here on YouTube Landia, and I'll be like, guess what? These two pulled up. These two pulled up, and these two pulled up. All those 3 issues are squashed, and we keep it pushing. And then people are going to look and be like, damn, they did the damn thing. They're going to look at us with a whole new level of respect because it's all we did it. That's all it is. It's all we did it.
Now you home with us and defend the barrio. Patos Locos forever.
Forever.
Yeah, that's forever. Until one day you snap out of it. You know, I seen a video Sonny did. Shout out to Sonny. Shout out to Streets Ain't Loyal. If you're not subscribed over to Streets Ain't Loyal, do yourself a favor, man. He's a real one. I knew Sonny was a real one when I met him, straight from his corazón. He talks, no BS, gets straight to the point. He's a real one. He's genuine. I mean, he's funny, man. Me hace carcajear. I heard him say of the situation, or he told the story maybe 5-6 videos back of his mother passing away, and that he was behind the walls. That's a hard situation. It's one thing to go through that, and then it's another thing to have your back against the wall and you're not being able to be present or be involved. That's why when Mom's passed, I didn't see it coming. It hit me like a ton of bricks, but at least I was there. Because when Pops passed, just like he told in his story, I couldn't even shed a tear. I couldn't even I'm keeping it 1,000 with the gente. I don't keep it 50 cents. I keep it 100. I couldn't even shed a tear because I'm around nothing but tough guys. I'm in a facility where everyone is just looking out their window on P's and Q's 24/7, 366. You're going about 8-9 months on lockup. As soon as the lockup is done, all they do is hit the store, clear everything out, and then the next dude gets whacked. Rinse and repeat. All the other stories is just for content. I guess people put that out there. But that's the shit that constantly have to tell the youngsters. You can tell who's a real one or not. The one that's trying to tell you, that's been through it, that's trying to tell you don't go through it. Not the one that's trying to put a heat in your hand. Anyways, all right, let's keep it pushing. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's street corners. What are we dying for, man? Street corners? North? South? How old is that? That's all the way from the 1960s. I'm right here where it started. Here they had a super high standard. So when people try to tell me when people try to come on YouTube and involve these politics, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. That's all I ever heard. I don't want to hear it. All I ever knew was something was always brewing on somebody. Something always brewing. I don't want to hear that. Who wants to hear that in real life? This is YouTube, first of all. It's entertaining as hell. But a lot of grown men don't snap out of it. They want street cred. They want street validation. Or now people want clout on YouTube. Well, that ain't Chicano too. I'll tell you that. Your block, my color, your color. Hey, we got a platform, content creator, series of fighting. You want to get in the ring? Contact me. Let's keep it pushing. Now I'm going to go ahead and put up the IG. Now we're going to talk about this little short that I did that people have a strong opinion on. Let's see if I can get that going. There it is. Oh, that's not it. All right. Okay. All right, I found it. Here it is. All right, let's go ahead and put up this question. And then I have a poll. Here it is right here. And, all right, I got a poll. So, should fathers have a say in this situation? I'm going to let the people decide. And then we'll go from there, okay? All right, let's show this. Make me smaller, cabrón. I want to be on this side. Pinche pole, go on this side. All right, I'm going to be on this side. All right. All right, perfect. I'll put that there. Okay, here it is. All right, here it is. Welcome to my IG, cabrones. Look at it. I got more DMs coming in already. Is it for bad blood? Cabrones. All right, so anyways, make this a little bit bigger, and I'm going to stretch it out a little bit down at the bottom. Cabrones, my bad. I'm going to have to cover up yours. But let's go ahead and see this reel, and I want your opinion on it. And if you want to call me, then the phone number is going to be listed at the bottom, all right? So let's play this video. Here it is. Father begs his partner not to abort their baby.
Oh my gosh. not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I took care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her life doesn't even take care of his own kids.
No matter what happens, Siler, you
Watch it one more time.
Don't do it. Daddy, don't do our baby. Daddy.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I took care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her life doesn't even take care of his own kids.
One more
No
time.
matter what happens, Siler,
One more
you
time.
the right thing, man.
Don't do it. Daddy, don't do our baby. Daddy.
Oh my gosh. They don't. It's not right. It isn't right.
I'm such a good dad.
I know, honey.
I took care of her kids too, and the guy that she's let back in her life doesn't even take care of his own kids.
No matter what happens, Siler, you've done the right thing, man.
Okay. That was the clip. It's a very sensitive topic, but there was a lot of strong comments, and I do want to hear what the people have to say about this. And let's just read some of the comments. When I saw this, I mean, I'm going to keep it real. It almost made me want to tear up. And the reason it almost made me want to tear up is because I have a lot of compassion. I put myself in people's situations. A lot of people, it's easy just to judge a situation. This is because of this. This is because of that. And the issue becomes the bigger than it should be, right? I have compassion for people that are getting hurt. The psychological damage, the physical damage, the abuse. That's what I think. When two people, I just think, damn. You know, when say a couple's fighting, I don't think about the issue that the couples are fighting. I think about the damn children that are seeing this, and we tend to repeat what we see. Those mentalities from our parents tend to come on us. We act like our parents, whether you want to know or not. When I saw this video and I posted it on IG and then I posted it on YouTube and it took off like a jet plane, I got a lot of comments. I want to read some of these comments. I'm going to leave the line open, you guys. 831-205. Let me put it on this side maybe. 831-205-1735. I'm going to read some of these comments right here. Disheartening. OMG, that's so sad. You got to be a team. Here's an interesting one. Yet males are forced to pay child support and literally have no say if the baby can be born or can not be born. What do you think about that? That's interesting. There's a lot of systems that do need to be revamped, in my opinion. Not taking into consideration special circumstances. There always has to be that margin, which is a small margin, that those special circumstances are going to fall into. 2%. Maybe 5%. Not categorically how it is right now. Not categorically how it is right now. Maybe I should disclose up front. Maybe I should have said this before I even started playing this. I am pro-choice. Pro-life, I'm sorry. I am pro-life. Why am I pro-life? Because I believe my parents would be pro-life, and I believe my grandparents would be pro-life, and I believe my great-grandparents. Again, this is not to offend anyone and their situation or that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% circumstance. That's not to offend that. Not at all. To me, I think about it like this. If my mother was here and a baby got dropped off at the door. Let's just say that. It's some kind of stork shit where a stork came and there's a baby on the front door, okay? My mother, without hesitation, would take that baby in. That baby would have been my little brother or would have been my little sister. No questions asked. So if I know that without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to act the same way because I have my mother's heart. So that's what I mean when I'm pro-life. Not taking, don't take offense, because there's special circumstances that need to be taken into consideration, but I'm not going to name them. To me, it's neither here nor there. Let's read a couple more of the comments. This is heartbreaking to listen to. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. We got one right here. Hell yeah, fathers deserve a say. If we have to pay child support, we should have a say. That door needs to swing both ways. What do the people think about that? Harry and Tony, usually the father don't have the kid and the mother go forwards there, so both ways. That's what's currently happening. What's currently happening is the dad could be at work. He could come home and find out the pregnancy was terminated and have zero say in it. And it happens every day, every single day. Is it right or is it wrong? Is that something we should revamp as well? Or is it something that will never get revamped? Like the border. It's always something to just leave out there because it's a political talking point every 4 years. It's a sensitive topic. Let's keep going on. Let's read a couple more of these comments. Actually, maybe let's read some replies, because that was a good comment to him saying, hell yeah, fathers deserve a say. If we have to pay support, we should have a say. That door needs to swing both ways. Well, someone begs to differ. You don't deserve a say. You are not, in capital, those are capital letters, you are not carrying that child. I feel like I should have a female opinion on this matter. I need a female voice to voice their opinion on this matter, because it's easy for a man to judge something, but physically, o sea, and in our anatomy, we're never going to be able to experience that. So we will never be able to know how that feels. You know, just keeping that real, right?
Call from
Science teacher.
Caller, you're live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Science teacher's in the house. What you got to say?
¿Qué tal, Mikey? ¿Cómo estás?
Hey, estamos aquí, man. Es viernes, tú ya sabes.
Sí, I've been enjoying the show. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show. Nomás que, but I hardly participate. I'm trying to be more of a subscriber, loyal subscriber. Me tienes aquí participando.
What do you think?
No, I came in on the topic que estás diciendo. I came in with a different thought of mine. I thought you were talking about if fathers have the right to know for like the daughters and stuff. So yo vine con otra mentalidad, pues ya que te escuché, porque I didn't read the thumbnail properly, you know. Entonces, ya que te estoy escuchando, ya te explicaste el pobre muchacho sufriendo.
Simón.
Sí duele, ¿me entiendes? It hurts, brother. And
What do you think?
Now that I think about that, and then I'm hearing you reading the comments, and some people say, you know, about paying child support, the man has the right. Yo soy hombre. ¿Me entiendes? Yo tengo hijos, yo tengo casar todo. Yo no. I'm going to come. This comment of mine is going to come out in the perspective not only of a father, of a husband, but also I'm going to say, you know, just as an educator. Okay, so it's very easy for the person paying to say those kind of things. You know, I mean, if you're under and all due respect to everybody paying child support, you know what? Yeah, keep doing it, brother, because these kids need that support. You know what I mean? They're going through a lot.
Simón.
But when it comes to having the right to tell a woman, you know, there's a difference between a lady and a woman. I'm going to say a woman. When it comes to having the right to tell a woman you cannot abort, you're also telling that the law, if you have that right, you got to be careful with this. You're also telling the law that if you have the right to say no because you're paying child support, technically that states that you have the right to say yes. And what if the woman doesn't? Because you might be in a position where you're making a lot of money, and maybe you made an accident by doing a one-night stand, te pendejaste ahí, perdón, disculpe, no te protegiste, And then you're stuck with the woman that you don't want because she might interfere with your life. And if you have the right to tell her no, and what if la muchacha or the woman, what if the woman is not a bad person? She just happens to be influenced by this a person who at a higher status with maybe luxury cars, houses, and she falls in love with this guy, and now she's being forced to abortion. You gotta be careful when you say, just because I'm paying, I have the right to say no. You know what I mean? I think men should not have the right to say yes or no. As much as I love my children, as much as I love them, I would fight, I would cry, I would beg, I would plead, I would pray with God. Yo le diría, no, y no, que no lo hagan. But at the end of the day, it has to be the decision of the woman. Just because of the boundaries that the rights that I was explaining, the man should not have the right to tell a woman, you should abort. ¿Entiendes?
I do. I entiendo. In other words, lawyers can have a field day with this all day long, arguing back and forth. Imagínate. Do you know the whole backstory with Roe and Wade?
No, carnal, la verdad que no.
Okay. Well, that kind of set precedents to a lot of things. The only thing is when that opened the door, everyone started falling into, everyone just, you know how it is. Sometimes there's a system and people will take advantage of it.
Yes.
And then people will be like, well, it was appropriated for this. But guess what? Now we have people at rallies, a lot of women at rallies. Again, this is a man's opinion, but just like what you said, from a man's perspective, could be nada para la mujer. O sea, they don't give a shit, you know, what we say. But then you start seeing people at rallies that say, I had 20 or 30, 40. I forgot I seen one shirt at one rally I had 20 A's and proud of it. I mean, isn't that taking advantage of the system?
No, pues sí, carnal. Como dices, todo eso de las women y todo, y que andan men trying to play women's sports y todo eso, and they're taking advantage of the women's rights, and everybody's taking advantage of us.
Now, what do you think as far as what I said? Mexicanos, coming from la cultura mexicana, okay? I believe if a little baby showed up like Moses on the river and my mom was there, that she would take that baby
100%.
in. Okay.
De acuerdo, Mikey. Y no te lo digo nomás porque de mexicano, tal vez era de la cultura, pero la mayoría de la gente en Salinas, todas las madres en Salinas que trabajan duro, que estuvieron ahí por los hijos y que tal vez vinieron sin nada de educación, Mikey, ¿me entiendes? Y le echaron ganas, y pobre cuerpo y manos de tanto que hacer y todo, Mikey, ¿me entiendes? Y así con tanto pinche esfuerzo, Mikey, al respeto a nuestras madres, con ese pinche esfuerzo y con tanta carga que se van las madres, hijo, ¿me entiendes? Así, they would bring another child in, bro, y que no fueran de ellos.
That's right.
I'm sorry, Mike. I got hit in the heart with that one.
No. I felt it, man. And, you know, that Planned Parenthood they have, I think it's the only one in Salinas, but I'm not sure, on North Main, always has people in the front protesting. Always has people in the front.
That's right, man. I mean, I'm pro-choice. I mean, pro-life. I'm sorry. I'm pro-life, como dices. I'm pro-life. I don't even know which one. I'm for saving the baby, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
I'm for saving the baby. It's not my topic. I wasn't educated in that. You know, I just know what I know, and you know, a lot of people like you might, you know, a million more things that I know. ¿Sí me entiendes? Everybody knows their things, you know, but that's one topic I'm not familiar with. I just have my personal opinion, as ignorant as it may be, but it comes from the heart. Eso sí te lo digo, Mike.
Hey, como yo, cabrón. I'm here to learn as much as I can and talk about things that people are trying to avoid talking about. That's Chicano Tube.
Y se te agradece. Se te agradece, Mikey, disculpa que te interrumpa, pero se te agradece el esfuerzo que you're doing, Mikey, for the kids. You're out there, you're talking to them, you're trying to make a difference. You know what I mean? In the town, in the state, bro, that is not known for that. You know what I mean? On the contrary, you know, you're doing something that is not only positive, but at the same time, Mikey, you know, not everybody's doing it because a lot of people are scared, but you could tell the only people that are willing to do it are those who, like you said earlier, Mikey, the ones who suffer, they know, pues, que han pasado por eso. Se te agradece, Mikey.
Hey,
mucho respeto, carnal.
I appreciate you, science teacher. Stay tuned in, huh?
Igualmente, carnal, te lo agradezco mucho y claro que sí.
Hey, buen fin de semana.
Okay, adiós.
Adiós.
Igualmente.
Oops, sorry about that, carnal. Have a buen fin de semana. All right, we got some. The comment section is going crazy. this is a topic again. I posted a short, and again, I'm trying to bring these conversations. These are hard conversations to have. They're hard. They're hard. But I believe a responsibility, it's a big responsibility to be Chicano Tube. O sea, I'm not saying I'm the voice of the raza or anything like that, but that name, Chicano Tube, representing Chicanos, has a huge responsibility. And I'm not a dictator. Here we want to hear what the people have to say. I want to hear what the people have to say. Science teacher, I mean, he sounds very educated. He sounds up on game. He said, you know what? That's not our bodies. I had said that before too. I'm commenting from a male's point of view that I will never be able to experience that. I will never. So 100% can I put myself in those shoes? No. Who makes most of the laws in this land? Males. I mean, it is what it is. Of course, we're in a democracy. Everyone has a vote. That's a crazy situation. Let me go ahead and back and read some more of the comments that are right here. And if you want to call, we'll keep it moving. I was trying to get to some Spanish history. But, gente, if I don't get to the Spanish history, just know this. We'll pick it up on Sunday, okay? I think I'm not going to announce it yet, but we got a special live coming up real soon. It's going to be a panel of like 5 or 6 gentlemen that I highly, highly respect. We're going to throw it back. This is the only hint I'm going to drop. We're going to throw it back one time with Cholo Trucker, and that's going to be early next week, man. I can't wait for that. Okay, you don't deserve a say. Okay, here's a comment. You are not carrying that child. Dealing with hormonal changes, bodily changes, life, capital letters, life changes. You know, I'm going to take these pinchy earphones off. Aye, a whole lot better. Dealing with hormonal changes, body changes, life changes, and the possibility of death or the child being diagnosed with an issue. So no man had a right to choose what a woman does with her body. Simple. Okay. Another comment. I give full respect to the father of him that consoled him and told him as a father to a son, no matter what happened, son, you did the right thing. Yeah. So that gentleman that made a comment in the end, he's from the old school generation. You could tell. You could hear it in his voice. He's up there in age, right? No matter what you did the right thing, which is all he could do. Scream, shout. I mean, it was like a lament. It wasn't really a shout. It was like from the depths of his soul. No mates nuestro hijo. He shouted and yelled that. But again, this situation happens every single day. It's not to make it doom and gloom. It's not to make it morbid. This is just a situation that happens every day. It is. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's read another comment. He absolutely deserves a say, especially because he's taking care of another man's kids for her. Now, what is Marla Aranda talking about? Talking about what he said in his lament and his just crying out. She has children. She already has children. She does. And I don't know about him, but she has children. He's taking care of the children. They're in a relationship. So just like I see Miss Chicano too put on there, pro-life, pro-marriage, so am I. Just to keep that real. He's in a relationship with her. So when you're in a relationship and you're doing these things unprotected, you don't expect these things to happen? I mean, there was a very popular YouTuber that was used to giving a lot of relationship advice. His name was Kevin Samuel. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuel. And he would get a lot of people calling in, and he would talk about, like, how long you been with them? 3 years. And he would hit samples, and I don't know, he was funny también el way. He was very, very witty, very educated, very witty. But he would hit these samples that had me rolling, because if at that point he hasn't popped the ring out on you, he probably never will. Now I know there's circumstances like you're with your high school sweetheart, You already got 3-4 kids together. It's pretty much a sealed deal. But why can't he put a ring on it? I'm just saying. I don't know. He's taking care of another man's kids. That's some grown man shit. That's some grown man shit. All right, let's see if anything else. Okay. Let me look at the comments one more time, and then we might keep it moving to another topic, gente. Pancho Zapata Chales home. Some women are crazy, neta. Stay away. To me, man, I don't know if it's going to get people mad if I say that is crazy, but it's fucking crazy to kill someone. Let's just keep that a buck. It's crazy to take a life. I mean, you take a life and then you have to lay your head on your pillow at night. You got to be at peace with that. Now, again, to each his own. To each his own. There's some people who have different standards, different morals, different principles. Most of it is because of their upbringing, and some of it is tied into religion and faith. So I'm not a judge of anyone, because when you judge someone with one finger, you got 3 fingers pointing right back at you. You see that? So I'm not a judge. ¿Quién soy yo? I'm no one. I'm over here because this short took off the ground. It exploded all over the place. And you guys I felt like you guys wanted to talk about it. That's why I opened up the phone lines. Miss Chicano Tube, exactly, Hairnet. What did Hairnet say? If you're in wedlock, it's not even an issue. Pinchy Hairnet, Tony. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Because that's kind of like it's a pro-marriage stance, cabron. It's a pro-marriage stance, which is like our parents. You know, like our parents would be like, sometimes people get forced. Let's keep that a buck. People get forced into getting married because they ended up with a bun in the oven. You know, I know maybe 1, possibly 2 in the Christian circles in church that it looks like that's probably what happened. She got pregnant. They got to make it right because it was something of passion. But because of the faith, they got to make it right. You got to put a ring on it. Guess what? It is what it is.
Call from.
Sorry, we got that call drop right there. Sorry about that. But you can call back if you want to call back. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up about 8:30 because I think we did start about 20 minutes after the 7. But, man, how the hour flew. We'll talk about I'm going to do a whole video on Spanish history. Gente, the reason I'm going to do a whole video on Spanish history is because I'm proud. I'm proud to be Mexicano. And I don't believe that you can be proud to be a Mexicano and not be proud of your bloodline. So I've been dropping a lot of shorts on native history, indigenous history, because yes, I know that that's in my bloodline. I went ahead and I traced it. I know that in Pop's region of Michoacan, the Purepecha and the Tarascan tribes were all up in those, and those are in my blood. And I also know that I got some, but mostly the Spanish blood, European colonizers, what people say. Again, talking about colonizers, a lot of people don't know. Do you think that Spain was the only empire to colonize another country? Do you think that? If you think that, let me tell you, you're highly, highly misinformed. Highly misinformed. So I'm going to do another video just on Spanish history. I'll go century by century and hit the key bullet points. I'll give it to you in a quick little review, maybe a 10, 15-minute video. That way, if you wanted to tap in, again, there's no Mexicano without Spain. So I am going to do a video on that. It might ruffle some feathers, right? People, I don't know. A lot of people want to be indigenous. A lot of people want to identify as indigenous. Is it the folklore? Is it the majesty of the culture? I don't know what it is. I know how it was introduced to me, and actually was introduced to me through the gang world. Okay? And I can explain that and drill down on that. But anyways, I will do another video and just on Spanish history because my last name, some of the most the baddest generals from Spain had my last name, so I know that's part of the blood that's inside of me. Pancho Zapata, ¿qué dijo? That's right. Some kids can't be here. It's not fair to them. Hairnet Tony, I agree. The way I look at it, cabrón, pinche Hairnet Tony, is, and stay tuned, Hairnet Tony, because I give wrenches to day oneers. Mostly the people that have wrenches are the ladies because I respect them, one, and two, I don't pay attention to all the comments, so sometimes there's weirdos or they need to be able to defend themselves. But stay tuned, you might get wrenched up, cabrón. I agree. You never know when you took the life of the next prophet, civil rights leader, revolutionary, prolific character that could have changed things like MLK. I know. Again, I'm a man. A male's point of view. I'm commenting on how I see things only.
Call from
Denise.
Denise, you're live on Chicano Street. What you got to say, amiga?
Hi, Mikey.
Hey, good talking with you,
I'm Miss
amiga.
Queen. Hey. So I wanted to ask the panel and you, speaking on abortion and stuff like that. When do you think, and this is just, okay, I'm going to just ask you this. When do you think it's right to abort?
That's a hard one. You're going to put me on Front Street, right in front of the internet, amiga. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I know it's a hard question, but I'm always curious because I had my husband's father, wife had gotten raped and she ended up keeping the baby. And I thought, wow, I never met a person, that would ever do that.
Because of maybe
but
like the ongoing pain it would cause or something
just
like
the traumatic stress that she has to carry, for the rest of her life, and then having to tell the baby that, who her dad was or whatever, whatnot, the situation in itself, that, how hard that's going to be for her. The child's grown. She's already married and has children of her own. I don't know if she ever told her. We kind of lost contact with them.
Do you think the baby should know that story? Or from a woman's point of view, is there a way a woman could hold that story back from the child? Because, obviously.
I mean, you can, but that's like saying, that's like saying, I didn't lie, I just didn't say anything,
Because the question might arise later where I came from.
Right. Of course she's going to ask, who's my dad? Where's my dad?
Yeah.
And if they tell her that my husband's, dad's not her dad, or or lie to her and tell her it is her dad, it's kind of like, who's holding that lie?
You know what? I'm going to agree with the science teacher and say, you know what? This is probably going to be a woman's issue, and women should deal with this issue. Primarily, women, primarily. So I have no say in it. I have no say. I'm the last one that's going to take a life. I'm the last one.
Yeah.
But it's a sensitive topic. Did you feel when you saw that IG story, did you feel his pain?
Oh, yeah, totally. It hit my heart, and I'm just like, okay, well, we don't know facts. We don't know if the mom, he says he raised her other children, yeah. And we don't know the mom's situation about having more kids, or, what if the baby was deformed, right?
Medical issues. There was medical issues.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, maybe they had medical issues. I know that I had, a sister-in-law that thought that the baby had spinal bifida, and either she lied to get attention or whatever, but the baby came out. We talked her into keeping him, and he didn't have anything, months down the line, she had gotten the doctor's okay that he was fine.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's
I
gonna
don't know.
that's gonna be my answer. It's gonna be like, you know what? Let's get the men
Right.
out of this and let's put the women
Yeah.
on this, and it'd be a great question to
Yeah.
ask a woman's panel.
Yeah, I wish I could talk to Mrs.
Miss
Chicana.
Chicana, Miss Chicana.
Yeah,
Tap
but
in with
you
her,
know what?
amiga. Tap in with
Because
her.
that video, because that video was about the dad, I wanted to get a man's perspective on. But we don't know facts. We don't know why she's doing it.
You know what? I will say this this is what I can say from a man's perspective. That is pain.
Yeah.
That is pain. And I know
For sure.
men are supposed to be, men are the bearers of pain. We're the leaders. We're supposed to bear a lot of stuff. We're strong, and God built us like this to lead and have backbone. But that shriek that he gave out when he was crying out, it's like all the joy he could have had of having that child. And again, a lot of the comments are like, we don't know. He could have left her. He could have did this.
Yeah.
He wants her to keep the baby. Then he leaves the next night. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
this. I think that he was left out of that decision and ultimately left out of a lot of joy that could have been in his life.
Yeah. You're right.
I appreciate
so sad.
you,
We
amiga.
never see men like that, and that was just shocking.
I appreciate you for calling in, amiga. Stay tuned in.
All right, Mikey. All right. Have a good night.
Have a blessed weekend. Ándale pues. Talk to you soon. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to the Spanish history, you guys. That one right there, it was a topic that's going to take the whole hour. It's a very sensitive topic. Sylvia Lopez is in the casa. Amiga. I see you, amiga. Hold on one second. A ver. Where is it? Live. Where's the live at? Hold on one second, you guys. Por favor. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Ándale. Okay. Mi amiga. All right. And then my buddy Ron Garcia is in the comment section too. All right. A lot of day oneers in the comment section. All right. Let's go ahead and read some of the last comments, you guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I can't believe the hour flew by. But we're going to come back on what I promised you. We're going to talk about some Spanish history. What do we talk about? Oh, the August Bad Blood card. Okay, that's official if the people tap in and if the pull-up is real, if they want to end the issues. If not, then it stays on the internet and it's huitere. At the end of the day, I guess it's content. I was out of the loop on a lot of situations. I respect everyone. Again, I'm not in it. I try not to be in anything. Obviously, you just had the situation over there with with hood stocks and how that went south, and other situations that I wish, we would just man up and be able to run the fade, and then it'd be a wrap, right? That's right, Sylvia Lopez. I appreciate you, amiga. Denise Castillo, Kivula Spanky, got you, Miss Queen. Okay, Miss Queen, Miss Chicano too. I can't judge. Okay, I can't judge a woman that does the A if she was ARD or her life is in danger. I can't judge that. Again, that 2 to 5% margin. I'm a guy. I don't even know. Yeah, I got to move on from this topic because who am I? Like, I don't want to act like I'm a guy that's holding strings over someone else's body. I really don't. And then there's the opposite extreme of some of these mujeres that have shirts on at these rallies that I've had 40 A's. Talking about taking advantage of the system. I think that's taking advantage of the system. All right, last comments of the night. Spanx Contreras, I appreciate you. Gracias for tapping in on Chicano Street. Gracias, Spanx Contreras. Robert C. Taz versus Izzy. And Bean versus Mile High. Well, I've had a lot of people tap in with me. August is the only date that's not booked. Again, we got Buzz versus Cholo. That's April. That's locked in. Right after that, we're going to announce June. I don't want to hint it yet, but it's good. June's going to be good. I got a July one, but again, that's just a personal show. That's a local show at the Super Show. We're going to be at the Super Show here in Salinas. August is open. November is for Paradigm. That one is reserved for that one. You guys are chomping at the bit at that. Yes, that's still in the pipeline. No, that didn't go anywhere. I don't know why some of the comments thought that went anywhere. No, it didn't go anywhere. It's just not on deck. It's not the fight that's on deck. But we'll make the official announcement just to please the people. Because the people are asking, thinking that fight disappeared. It didn't go nowhere. On that one, they're going to thump. That one, someone's going to the dentist the next day. Or maybe that night, emergency. I don't know. So again, gracias you guys for tuning in again. Live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, though. Just do me one favor. Hit the X on the chat right now. I'll hang on another 2 minutes. Hit the X on the chat, por favor. And then hit that like button. It tells YouTube that you're vibing, that you feel Chicano Tube, you feel Chicano Street. Hit the like button one more time, por favor. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe over. That's all I ask. That's the only thing, man. We're on YouTube trying to educate, level the people up. My principal message is always going to be unity of the raza. It always is, especially in the gang world. Now, North and South, that's old. That's too old. I talk a lot, and the youngsters know I keep it real. And the youngsters know this too. There's not a lot of us out on the streets. There's not a lot of us left. A lot of us got wiped out. So when science teacher's talking about you're one of the few that's out, yeah, there's not a lot of us. A lot of us threw our lives away, or a lot of us are buried. 6 feet, pushing daisies. And so I appreciate that, science teacher. That's right, Si Se Puede podcast. Let's go. I appreciate you, my boy. You're going to see Si Se Puede on the microphone, commentating side by side, April 27th at 7 o'clock. Trip out on the new graphics that I just got. I got a few of them, so I just dropped one. I got a couple more. And to everyone, if you want to share those, please share those. I want to thank you. Everyone that's already shared the link, the graphic, anything that's fight related. You know, all the channels, I highly appreciate your support. It goes without asking. I try not to ask. I don't ask anybody. I don't ask it. Full community shared it. I think it was just because that Tony and EBK was just too damn interesting. We finally got a platform where people can pull up and run that fade. And all of a sudden, this might cause podcasters not to talk so much. Or YouTubers. I mean, you know, if you don't bring someone on your channel, like me, I'm a YouTuber. You know, I do podcasts sometimes when 2 or 3 people miss Chicano Tube. We're going to do a couple because it's election year. But mostly, I'm a YouTuber, not a podcaster. I guess I'm both. But anyways, if you want to run that fade, there's the number below, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this live up. We're going to do another one again because I want to do a whole video and get some clips and put that out to people. And this is the Spanish history for Mexicanos. If you are a Mexicano, I believe you should be proud that you're 2 bloods mixed together. If you're not, if you didn't have 2 bloods inside of you mixed together, there would be no Mexico. There would be no Mexico. That means there would be no cultura. There would be no orgullo ser mexicano. Okay, no comida mexicana, no Chente, no Ramon Ayala, and I can go on and on. All right, last comments of the night, Boy Aguilar. That's right, my boy Aguilar. Dios le bendiga, carnal. I appreciate you. Good night, guys. That's right, Denise Castillo. Take care, Denise. Have a blessed weekend. Good night, beautiful amiga Denise. What, 40? And they feel proud of it? Yeah, I know. Those are those shirts. So me and my wife, we've been to a couple of these rallies. I don't put it all. I don't make videos and stuff like that. I get involved in politics, but and mostly on a city level. I've been to the Capitol maybe 3 times, all the times with my wife. But yeah, you see some of these and they say on the shirts that says I've had 40. I think that's taking advantage of the system. On top of, again, I don't know the situations and I'm a man, on top of 40 lives. On top of 40 lives. Saludos, by the way. That's right, my boy. I appreciate. Oh, I'm sorry, Sylvia Lopez. I appreciate you. Gracias for the wrench. That's right. Well, you're a day oneer, just like Sylvia Lopez. I was wondering why they didn't have wrenches. Better think about it. Well, I mean, you better think about who you creep with. Think about who you creep with. I mean, again, to each his own, cabron. Who you go to bed with is none of my business. And it's nobody's business, right? Remember that old motto from the Army back in the 90s? Don't ask. Don't tell, I guess. Much love and respect. Miss Chicano too from the Contreras family. Spanx Contreras, that's right. Pancho Zapata would be wouldn't be anything without Jesus. Well, we wouldn't be Cristianos without Jesus. If they wouldn't have came over across, Christopher Columbus, well, he was Italian, right? He was sponsored by Spain. He was sponsored by Spain to go on this voyage, but he was really trying to find Asia, Christopher Columbus. A lot of people didn't know that. He thought that he was looking for the promised land or this new land. No, Christopher Columbus was looking for a quick route to Asia. But what happened? He ended up finding America. But again, people argue that. Did he really find America? Because guess what? He wasn't the first one here. He wasn't the first one here. All right, you guys. We're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Hit that like button. Hey, have a great weekend, you guys. I'm going to tap back in with the familia. It's going to be a full plate. We got date night. Me and the wifey have date night on Sunday. Should I put it out there? I don't even know if she's in here. We're going to go see one of her favorite artists, a concert on Sunday night. Should I put it out there? I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. Live on Chicano 2, live on Chicano Street. Don't forget to hit that like on your way out. The most important thing, what I always say, how I end every single video. And a lot of people didn't know. I got this dicho. I didn't make this dicho up. I got this dicho from John Gotti. I got this dicho from John Gotti. He said this one time with John Jr. They were in a club. And John Jr., because he grew up with John Gotti, acted like the tough guy, right? Shit, your dad is John Gotti. Your dad, Teflon Don. Your dad is like the man's man, right? And one time John Gotti, I'll end it with this. One time John Gotti looked at John Gotti Jr. and the women were dancing. Their women were dancing. He was like, hey, why don't you go dance with your wife? Why don't you go dance? Something like that. Why don't you go dance? And John Gotti Jr. looked at him and he goes, no, I ain't dancing. And again, John Gotti Sr. goes, hey, why don't you go dance? And again, John Gotti Jr., no, I ain't dancing. Acting like the tough guy. And you know what John Gotti Sr. said? He leaned into him. He goes, hey, I want to tell you something. And John Gotti Jr. leaned back and he told him, in the end, all you have are memories. So why don't you go and make some? All right, you guys. I'm out, you guys. Enjoy your weekend, you guys. We'll be back on Sunday night. There might be a little pop-up live, also a surprise one. But again, you got to hit that subscribe. That way you'll be notified when we do go live. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit the bell and hit the all. But remember what John Gotti always says. That Mikey copied, I guess. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you have is the memories. Have a blessed weekend, gente. I'll see you on Chicano Street on Sunday night.